Well, the FAA has finally laid down the hammer with the Trevor Jacobs incident. Let's dig into it a little deeper here and see what went down. Alright, so if you haven't been following the Trevor Jacob situation, this is my part 1 video. I recommend taking a look at it and just catching yourself up as to what was going on. But the long story short was this gentleman, Trevor Jacob, created this video called "I Crashed My Plane," and this video that I posted was back in January, just after this whole thing had happened. And at the time, he had 472,000 views. It was definitely one of the highest viewed videos of his. He had a couple other ones, but that went viral. But it was the traction it was gaining over 13 days was pretty extensive. So, but now that video's at 1.7 million, I think it did what he wanted. But right away, as soon as that started, everybody started poking holes in it, and I'll show you what I mean here. We go into the video, 1.7 million. Now, I will say also that he has edited out the beginning of the video where there was a sponsorship. If you do go to my part 1, I still have the original video on there, so you can check that out. Oh, the comments are turned off. Okay, they're turned off with due reason, because everyone poking holes in it right away. And we can do a quick skim through it afterwards, but let's get to the meat and the potatoes of it. So this is from Flying Magazine, just talking about how Trevor Jacob, his license has now been revoked. He has come out and said, he did speak with someone in an interview saying that he has no idea what they're talking about. It hasn't been revoked. I hate to say it, this guy has been full of lies right from the beginning, and I don't believe him for a second. Why don't I believe him? Because if you just go and check up the airman inquiry, the FAA has Trevor Jacob is the name. There's 2 Trevor Jacob persons that are registered to the FAA, one of which Trevor D. Jacob, which oddly enough has absolutely nothing. So why would he even be in the FAA database if he had no medical information, no certificates? And we know it's him because, hey, he opted out of releasing his address. Now, I'm not saying that you have to put your address. A lot of people opt out of it, but with right reason, he has opted out of that. Whereas if you click this other gentleman here, I'm going to blank out his address. He doesn't need to be on here. But you can see here that he's got a 3rd-class medical and he's a student pilot, right? So we would expect to see something like this from the other one that is was a private pilot. So I think it's safe to say that his private pilot license, or sorry, in the US it's private pilot certificate, has been revoked at this time. So that confirms that it has been taken away. So the FAA sent the letter on April 11th, informing him that he had violated FAR 91.13, which covers the operation of the vehicle or the aircraft in careless or reckless manner, so as to endanger the life or property of another. Again, this is from flyingmag.com. If you want to go over this, you can definitely go and check out their website. So this is an interesting part here. I didn't really know this about the FAA. The FAA has ordered Jacob to surrender his private pilot certificate. If he doesn't comply, he could face other legal action, including civil penalty of up to $1644 for each day he does not comply. Now, another thing to add to that I read is that the FAA actually, that's the only penalty that they are allowed to impose on somebody. So they can't actually charge Trevor for this. That would have to be some sort of criminal charges, I guess, for endangerment. But the FAA themselves cannot lay charges. And the NTSB they're there to just investigate what happened. They're not there to even essentially lay blame. The FAA is the one that is going to lay any sort of penalty, but in this sense, it can't be necessarily monetary. It has to be revoking their certificates. Just down here, a little brief overview to catch you back up. November 24th, he was flying solo near Los Padres National Forest, Los Angeles, allegedly en route to Lompoc City Airport, KLPC in the Santa Barbara County to Mammoth Lakes to go snowboarding. he had his buddy's ashes with him, and well, supposedly, I'm gonna leave that guy's name out of it because I don't buy that they were his ashes. I don't want to bring him into it, but yeah, that's what happened. Engine quit mid-flight, and down he went. So we can look at it quickly here. Let's just scrub back. So we saw that his we're gonna get an ad. Good old non-YouTube premium. Sorry guys. So his engine quit. Instead of trying to land, he just slowed the aircraft down and yeeted himself out the door. So then he went flying down to the ground. If you want to look at the holes in it, go check my part 1, part 2, or the plethora of other videos out there for in regards to this. There's so many issues with the video. I'm not even going to go into it here. I want to keep this one nice and short. So this has just come from AvWeb, just talking how they pulled the certificate of the California pilot, who says he intentionally abandoned a vintage tailcraft and shot video crashing as he parachuted to the ground. Trevor Jacob has been told to surrender his ticket immediately and that he can't apply for another one for a year for the flight, which occurred on November 24th, 21. This is a quote here as well. Your flight was careless or reckless so as to endanger life or property of another, says a letter notifying him of emergency revocation of the private certificate he'd held since 2018. I haven't seen this letter personally. I don't know where they're getting these quotes from. I'm going to trust that they were able to get their hands on it. But yeah, nonetheless, there's a lot of things in here. Essentially, the big points that they were talking about is he didn't try at all to pick up some airspeed, get that prop going, and start the engine again. He didn't attempt to land anywhere. He just jumped out. All things that in basic pilot training you're taught and engraved into you. He just completely put that by the wayside and just jumped out. They also looked at, like, you know, why would you have a parachute on? It's just not normal practice for someone in a GA aircraft to wear a parachute. It's just not. It doesn't happen. If you guys do want to check it out, if you go on to, I'll see if I can get, I can't get the hyperlink in here, but if you go onto the NTSB website, you can look up the preliminary report. There's not much on it right now. It's just the very preliminary stuff, what it was, but there's really not any information on it right now, but you can keep an eye on that. Also, same with the FAA registry if you want to take a look at that. But just to confirm, it was registered to him days before the crash. So, anyways, guys, I just wanted to keep you up to speed. His certificate is gone. I think that's a win. I honestly, I try to look at the glass half full, and I don't feel like this guy, some people are saying he needs to be in jail forever. I don't think that. I think he made a bonehead move. In this day and age, people are always striving to get those more clicks and trying to get more subscriptions, things like that. It looks like that YouTube and social media is his lifeline. So, you know, do you send the guy to the gallows because of this? No. Did he put people's lives in danger? Yeah. But we're very fortunate that nobody was hurt, other than minor injuries to himself. I think it's big enough. Do I think he should be able to apply for a pilot's license in a year? No, I think he should be done. I think he's proven there that he does not have the let's say the wits to remain as a pilot. I think that they should just say, you know what, you're done for this. You can't go retrain, anything like that. Maybe if he was able to prove somehow that he had done some counseling, things like that, if there was any underlying issues with mental health issues, but I just don't think he's fit for the position right now, unfortunately. But I definitely think that he should, there should be some sort of monetary penalty because he made money off that video. So you look at how much money he's made just based off of YouTube, you know, and he's made a couple bucks. So I think anything from that, and look at his, I showed you here. So right now he's at 133,000 subscribers, and on my video here, when we first went over it, let's see, he was 127. So he's gained some followers. Now I don't think he gained the traction that he was hoping, but he did gain followers. He gained subscribers. So business is growing at the end of the day. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents, guys. I want to keep you up in the loop and know that the FAA has stepped in, actually rather promptly, which is pretty impressive. And you know, here's to hoping that he learned from this, and others have learned from this, and that, hey, you know what, clicks are not worth putting people, property, or anything, wildlife. You think of if there was a post crash fire there, which is another theory as to what was in the fuel tanks. Again, we won't go into all of that, but I think that all of that, you know, I hope somebody, at least one person takes away and says, like, listen, that's not worth it. The clicks aren't worth it. There's way better ways out there to gain some popularity. And let's face it, social media and things like that is not the end of the end all and be all when it comes to your life, right? He put his life in jeopardy and put other people's life in jeopardy, and there's nothing out there that's worth worth sacrificing human life for. So anyways, guys, stay safe, stay flying, stay current, and I hope you guys have a good one. Take care. Bye.